I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove, and I wanted to share with you a technique for making fodder, making pages. And fodder basically is, I love that word. You do a bunch of watercolor pages, you do a bunch of stencil pages, you do a bunch of cut out flowers, like I cut out people out of magazines, that kind of thing. So when you're ready to sit down and do something, you have all this stuff just to choose from, right? So you have to sit down and like cut out people or that kind of thing. So that is the idea behind it. But one of the techniques for pages is you need a National Geographic, right? And you need it from 1980-ish on. And the first part of the magazine, so I like that cover of Cleopatra. Now, you know, I'm not published yet. And so, you know, you always have to be careful when you're using stuff like that. But for what I'm doing, you guys, for what I'm doing, it's fine, right? So the first part of the magazine is basically ads, right? They're not, the paper with the beautiful photos are what they call clay paper, but they are smart enough not to waste the money to do it on the ad stuff, right? They save that for their beautiful photography. So I just watched a tutorial on it. And we're just going to take this, and I really have zero need for this. So it's going to go straight into recycle. So some people, if you are using like your, when you're gluing the back, sorry, when you're gluing the back of like something that you want to lay down, you usually have over spillage kind of thing. So things like this that you can use and then just turn the page. So that's another way to use them up at least one more time. I happen to have right now, I have a couple old phone books that I use, so I will let those go, right? Okay, let's go back down to here. You just rip out what you know you're not going to use because you don't want to waste your Citrasolve on it. So I did play with some of them, and they seem to be using the ink pretty good. So, how many pictures are left when you take out all this nonsense? And again, if there's an image in there, I would keep it, but I'm good right now. I'm good for the next 5,000 years. So, and then you want to take the ones, like sometimes they have ones that are, see this I still think is an ad, right? Let's wait on that. Ad, okay. Look how cool, I love that image, that I might keep. Anyway, you get the drift, and you do it in the back too. They have some ads in the back. So basically, you just take your minute and just get yourself ready so you don't have to worry about it when you're starting it up, right? All right. I think this is probably okay. All right. Okay. So now you're left with this. And Citrasolve is the name of the game. I feel like I used too much yesterday. The woman showing it, of course, is working. I think she's working, I don't know, Citrasolve is paying her to do it. Let's put it that way, which is fine. But it's got an orange smell to it. It's very strong. You have to use it concentrated. So this is concentrated. Some people put it in a spray bottle, but don't like that, you know, it gets in the air. You could do this outside, but it is a very, very strong smell, right? I like the smell, but it's a lot, you know. But anyway, so you're just going to take your magazine, and I'm not going to do it the second because I can't. But anyway, just sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle like a wild person. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, these are pretty. Sprinkle, 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 and then you're going to kind of lay them down. And sometimes the black ink will come out, and you want to clean that out. Now, depending on, it takes time. It can take 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Some of mine were all day yesterday, I think, because it was too much. But then what will happen is you will get lovely pages like this. Look at that. That seriously is what happens. It starts to really interact with the ink. Now, this is probably one of my favorites. And I was showing a patron friend, a couple, and literally as we were talking about it, it was changing more, right? Now, you look at my hands. Y'all are going to, you can put a fixative on it. I wouldn't do that until I'm going to use it. Just because I don't want to waste my fixative on stuff I may never use, right? But isn't that interesting? So now what you can do is you can use it that same way. Like if I was going to use it in a book, I might want to do something here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this as collage. Now the next step is you can draw on it, you can paint on it, you can stencil on it. I want to do some rubbings on it, which makes it really interesting. So really it just and you can leave them the way it is. Someday I might grab some and just do a bunch of stenciling. So they're, you know, just another added element, layer to it. But so that's one that you really, I don't feel I could tell what that was, right? Now this one was kind of cool. This was about Ice Age man. And I kind of like that, right? Now again, I'm not published. So you want to make sure no one can recognize our photograph, right? And I like that. I might use this as a book page, right? But if you want to obliterate it, you just let it go long. You can also let it sort of stick together longer, and then you get another effect. So it's just like playing with it. I mean, I don't know if my lighting is probably not catching it, y'all, but it's amazing. And again, like some of them. So here, when this is actually wet, actually I can do a little bit now. See, you can rub it, but when it's really wet, you can obliterate the words. Now, I'm not gonna worry about this. I would just use this as collage element as opposed to a page. Look at that, y'all. I cry just thinking about how we treat these lovely creatures. So, you know, some I will redo again. But look at this. Isn't that like a Milky Way thing? So you think, well, that's not really my art. But the thing is, you start doing stuff on top of it, and you may only have a little bit left, but it's just a neat process. So here's my relative, our Ice Age man. He had met a brutal death at the end of his life, which was like 47. I don't know how they figure that all out. Like now this one, I really liked this, but I'm going to put this with a color page. This is about reindeer herders. The Sami, which I apparently did not descend from Sami, which is depressing. But, you know, that's that guy's hand. So, again, I may use these and try them again to get some of the images out. Yeah, so that's kind of, and then like, so it's up to you to what you want to do. But now I need to wash my hands before I start. But to me, it's just amazing. Like this, you can't really tell. And you could do like plastic wrap on it. We'll get another texture. But look at that. So I would probably use this as a book page. Anyway, I just love, like, these are reindeers. So it's just super interesting. So yeah, so I just want to share that with y'all. And then what I did is I had a bunch of, oh, well, I can't get it out. I had a bunch of, there's a little black smearing. So I just took some of my coffee stain papers and put them in between to soak up. Yeah, I can't get this out. Well, this was, I was doing on top of it, but you can get images like that. Again, just for a background, could be layer 2. So what I'm going to be working on now in my art is layers, because I get to a point I love a layer like pretty soon, quickly. And then, yeah, now I'm going to work past all that. But anyway, yeah, so Citrasolve, again, it's super smelling. If you don't like the smell of it, this is not your art play time. She said it does work with catalogs. It doesn't work with regular magazines, but I have like 1,000 anthropology catalogs. So I think I might try that on them. And just see, but really I should not be starting this before I go to work. So I took it with me to babysit it, and then people were having a reaction to it, so I put it outside, and honestly, yesterday I had them outside hoping they would dry before work, and 2 of them flew over my neighbor's yard. Oh my God. Yeah, so we'll see. It's kind of interesting what they would think of that, but yeah. So be careful about flyaways, because the wind will whip it away into your neighbor's yard. Okay. All right, guys, so, yeah, just a little play, just a little fun. Some people, the teacher I was watching, again, she'll come up if you put in that. She's got 4 or 5 and they're older videos, but she also starts acrylic painting on them. She would probably do a fixative and then start doing, she was doing like a forest kind of thing. So it just becomes another place to play with art. And I'd taken this from a teacher named Claudine Helmuth a long time. Beverly and I did. Long time ago. And I can't remember what the name of it was. It was either in Ohio or Atlantic City. But yeah, I don't remember, you know, we didn't do as extensive as I did. But I like the idea to use a whole magazine. You're done. So I have that one. And then I'm going to stop with that one. And then I have another one. But for now, that will be enough, I think, to build up. So yeah. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Have you done it? Are you interested in it? Have you never heard of it? You don't do art, but look kind of cool. But it's just, I don't know. It's just about playing, and you don't have to. I know people think they're not creative, and I've gone through those periods. But creativity isn't about the Mona Lisa. Creativity is about playing, and you don't learn. Like this woman said, she did it hundreds of ways. Use hundreds of different things to find the method that worked for her the best, made happy accidents that she wouldn't have thought of. So it's that kind of thing. It's really about exploration. And yeah, you know, what do they say? Edison, or the people who worked for him, had hundreds and hundreds of light bulbs that didn't work. Can you imagine if he stopped at the first 2? Like, well, I'm not really good at this. Right? That's what we do as people sometimes. Okay, guys, so you take care. And I just thought pop in. I'm having an artistic, this next 5 days is going to be super artistic for me. And I just want to pop in and share what I'm doing or what I'm thinking. And, hopefully some inspiration for someone. I can come back and watch my own video. I'm like, yeah, girl, that's what you said. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. And don't, like, subscribe, comment for sure. And it's just introduce yourself, where you're from, what are your interests. I'm going to sneeze because this Citrasolve, y'all, is no joke. All right, guys, see you soon.